Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. We're back today with another trailer reaction, and this time it is for the January seasonal, which, judging by the silhouettes we got, is probably going to be another desert banner. So we got the silhouettes last night. They looked very similar to Ursula and male Byleth, so I guess we'll see what the rest of the banner looks like. It also seems like from the tweet that they posted, it's probably just going to be a bunch of mages, so I'm personally hoping it's someone who I can skip. Probably not anyone who I'd be interested in, so, yeah, let's just jump right in and watch this thing. I really like the... what are we on, book 7 now? The book 7 intro. Elevating their magical powers. Special heroes to battle. Oh, a Nino alt, okay. I guess that makes sense because she's a mage. Infantry red mage. Okay.
Sounds good.
She can move 3 spaces, so she's like a mage Yuri. Love that. I don't see oh, times pulse 4. Alright. We'll see what that does at the end.
It's a big one.
Very exciting. And by exciting, I mean not at all. But I mean, we're just gonna keep getting tier 4 skills, so... it is what it is. Oh no. My orbs.
Now then, who do
I can feel them disappearing.
get my hands on a
This is such good art. Oh my goodness. I can't afford to spend right now just because, like, I am really trying to save up, but man, I'm probably just gonna try and summon out all the green orbs in my first circle. Just because, like, this art is stunning. And she's probably really good because she comes with 2 tier 4 B skills, or 2 tier 4 skills. So that is Byleth, but it's pre-time skip Byleth. I saw the blue hair for a second. I was like, who is this? Byleth's hair is green, not blue. Then I was like, oh wait, no. Byleth does have like a tealish blue hair before. Sublime Heaven again. Can't say I'm too surprised. But he's the 3rd one, right? And this doesn't look like a 4-star focus to me.
This is how it's
Unless they pulled another Summer Claude? Something tells me no. Maybe there just is no demote on this banner. Duo... is that Florina and Lind?
How do you like the fashion of khadein? I can understand its appeal.
So, has Florina... that is Florina, right? So, has Florina been a backpack on 2 duo units at this point? Oh my god, Remote Sparrow. So they are color sharing with Nino, looks like. Okay, that is a pretty good harmonized effect, but we'll take a look at it again after. I gotta say, like, I'm not the biggest fan of the art, and just in general, like, I'm not the biggest fan of this banner theme. Like, I really hope they switch it up next year, but happy for fans of the characters. I do also really like their tome animation. And yeah, they've got their damage reduction from the Harmonized skill and their A skill, which looks like it has another 30% damage reduction, if I read that correctly. Oh, Ursula. Wow. Oh, that is a Soren alt. I guess that tanks his odds for CYL, huh? Because I know he was kind of a frontrunner for this year's CYL, so seeing him there, yeah. Okay, so there's no 4-star focus, right? There just cannot be. There's no way Byleth is a 4-star. And I think it would say, right? It would say, like, blank will also be part of the 4-star focus or something. Oh my god, never mind. They did pull another Summer Claude. Wow, okay. Byleth Fount of Learning is also available as part of the 4-star focus. Okay, so maybe this is gonna be, like, a recurring thing then, where they give us, like, well, actually, they're both 3 houses characters who came with the same skill that their legendary version had that made them really good, and at 4-star. But anyway, let's just take a look at what everyone has got going on here. So first we've got Nino. She's a red tome infantry. She has Child's Compass. We love child soldiers. I'm totally joking, by the way. We do not love child soldiers, but Nino is in fact one. So let's see what Child's Compass does. It's got the slaying effect. At start of turn, if unit is alive, grants unit cannot be slowed by terrain to unit for 1 turn, and unit can move 1 extra space. That is very, very good. Very, very good. At start of combat, if unit is alive, grants Spectrum +5 during combat, grants bonus to unit's attack and speed equals number of bonus effects active on unit times 4, excluding stat bonuses, max 14. So I guess that includes, well, like her weapon is already 1, like the extra movement is 1. I guess something like the null follow-up effect would probably be 1. Maybe like bonus doubler from Elliewood, maybe null panic. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong on that. That's how I'm interpreting this, but I might be wrong on that. So max 16, so if she's got 4 effects like that, she would get, oh my god, she would get up to 16 extra attack and speed. That's kind of insane. And also, if unit deals damage to foe using a special, reduces damage from foe's next attack by 50%. Okay. So basically, if she gets off her special, then the next attack from the foe will be reduced by 50%, which is very strong. Then she's got attack speed finish, which we already know what it does. Very good skill. Speed preempt, also a very good skill. And let's see what times pulse 4 does, because I'm so curious. Okay. Start of turn, if unit special cooldown count is at its maximum value, grant special cooldown count -1. So that's the base effect. After combat, if special cooldown count is at its maximum value, grant special cooldown count -1. Okay, so what does that mean? So that means, so you get the regular times pulse, and then after combat, if you had activated your special in that combat, and then you didn't, well, basically this activates all the time with Glimmer, now that I'm thinking about it, for her, because she has Slaying. But basically, if after combat again, your special is back at its maximum cooldown, you get another special cooldown count -1. Can someone in the comments let me know, like, why is this? I mean, because I'm thinking, like, Times Pulse would activate every turn anyway, right? So she'd still have Glimmer ready at the start of the next turn anyway. So I'm thinking, like, well, why is it even useful to have the second part of Times Pulse where your special is immediately ready again? But I guess, like, what that means is that, like, she's looping infinite Glimmer at this point. So she activates Glimmer in the first round of combat because you've got the first part of Times Pulse 4, and then because Glimmer's back to its 1 cooldown, which is the maximum, and then she gets danced and she has Glimmer ready again because of Times Pulse 4. So basically she has an infinite Glimmer nuke. Okay, I see. Okay. I mean, this is pretty good. I was kind of expecting Times Pulse 4 to do maybe a little bit more, but I guess, like, this is really good if you're using the same unit multiple times in the same turn? Or, like, is there something I'm missing? Like, is there another reason why that extra special cooldown count -1 is good? Like, after combat? Unless you're getting danced? Maybe, like, for defensive specials? I really don't know. Anyways. Let's move on to... I mean, sorry, I guess let's talk about Nino as a whole. I mean, obviously very strong. We've seen how strong Yuri is, and this just seems like a better nuke, although of course she doesn't have Kanto. So she's going to be a very good nuke, but also has some sustain with that 50% damage reduction from her weapon and the healing from finish. So that is definitely strong. And I just realized the 50% damage reduction from foe's next attack is thankfully just once per combat. So, like, let's say she's getting off her Glimmer, then the next hit from the foe is reduced by 50%. She gets off another Glimmer in the same combat, and then the 50% damage reduction will not activate if the foe gets a second hit on her. So, it's just once, which is nice. And obviously null follow-up seals a thing, so that's probably what you'd slap on her, just because, like, she doesn't need stats. The amount of attack and speed she can stack with just her weapon alone and her A skill is already insanely high, so just give her the null follow-up seal and you're good to go. But yeah, very strong unit. I won't be pulling, but I guess it has been a while since we last got a Nino ult. Alright, Ursula. My personal favorite art on the banner. Like, this, guys, this art is just stunning. Like, I don't even really like Ursula, like, as a person, but my god, like, wow, the art is so top tier. So she's a green cavalry tome. So let's see what she does, because she had 2 tier 4 skills. Crow's Crystal. Slaying effect, which they're just slapping on pretty much every PRF nowadays, because, like, it's clearly better than stat plus 3. Actually, side note, I feel like at this point, if they want to keep giving people, like, stat plus something on their weapon, it should be more than just stat plus 3. It should be, like, to me, even something like stat plus 5, or, like, 2 different stats plus 3, maybe even. And even then, I'm still not convinced. Like, I still don't think it'd be better than Slaying, but it might at least even the playing field a little bit. So I'm curious what you guys think, if that's something that, you know, you guys think would be fair or would be cool. Because I think that would be cool. Maybe I'll send some feedback to IS. Not like they'll care, but anyway. Okay, at start of turn, if unit is alive, grants unit cannot be slowed by terrain. That is really good because she is a cavalry, so she cannot be slowed by trenches, which is nice. Also grants desperation and dominance to unit for 1 turn. Wow. Alright. And at start of combat, if unit's HP is greater than or equal to 25%, grants attack speed plus 6 to unit during combat and neutralizes effects that prevent units' follow-up attacks. Okay, and then she comes out of the box with Chill Speed Res 3, very good for debuffing foes. Panic Smoke 4, also very good for debuffing foes. Although, like, there is a little bit of an overlap between Chill Speed Res and Panic Smoke, just like that extra -3 speed and res from Panic Smoke doesn't stack with the one from Chill Speed Res, but that's fine. So yeah, she comes right out of the box as an insanely good mage nuke. And because she can't be slowed by trenches, if you ignore stuff like trees, she's essentially a 3 movement mage, which is cool. And she can't be, one of the things about Nino is that she can be stalled pretty easily. Whereas Ursula cannot be stalled because she just natively has 3 movement. So she just has desperation and dominance, which, by the way, guys, Brave Crom being able to copy both of those effects from Ursula in just one reposition from him, and he's suddenly got desperation and dominance, which is kind of insane. And now the more that I'm looking at this unit, the more I'm like, maybe I should pull, but I don't really think it's worth it. But, like, that's kind of crazy. Like, if you're someone who uses Brave Crom, I keep saying Duo Crom. So if you're someone who uses Brave Crom a lot, this could be a really good pickup for you, because that could make him really, really strong. But yeah, I mean, aside from that, she's also got the offensive no follow-up, which is something that's super important for offensive nukes, especially if they can't run the no follow-up seal like her, because she's a cav, so very strong nuke, yeah. And she's got the dominance effect to make it even harder to survive. So, I mean, very good. Not really much more to say about it, but she is actually a really good pickup. Alright, let's see Byleth. Blue Tome Infantry. Let's see what they did with him. Okay, because he is the 4-star focus. Accelerate special trigger. It's Guides Hourglass. At start of turn, if unit is within 2 spaces of an ally, grants unit cannot be slowed by terrain. So it's looking like everyone on this banner is going to have this niche. Okay, unit cannot be slowed by terrain and dodge to unit for 1 turn. If unit initiates combat or is within 2 spaces of an ally, grants Spectrum plus 5 to unit and neutralizes effects. So basically tempo, and if unit is within 2 spaces of any ally, grants attack speed, defense res plus 4 to those allies during combat. Okay, so basically he's got Slaying, he's got cannot be slowed by terrain, he's got dodge to himself, which is really, really good. He's got a Spectrum plus 5 to himself, tempo, and Spectrum plus 4 to allies within 2 spaces during combat. Also very, very strong effects. He's also got Sublime Heaven, which with Times Pulse or Times Pulse 4, which is on the same banner, will always be ready. We already know what Sublime Heaven does. He also comes with Speed Res Finish and Lull Speed Res. Okay, so definitely a contender for best 4-star focus in the game alongside Claude, and I don't even think there are any other units in the game who are, like, on the same level. Like, there are other good ones, but, like, these two definitely stand up and about. And now that I'm looking at this, a video that I have coming out soon in the next few days, kind of aged poorly, is basically a video where I talk about my 5 favorite units of 2022. And in that video, spoiler alert, Summer Claude is on it. I don't really feel like that's a spoiler. I talk about how he's the best demote in FEH history and how I don't think they'll ever do anything like him again. So that aged pretty poorly. So feel free, whenever that video does come out, feel free to comment down below and tell me how bad of a prediction I had related to that. But yeah, I mean, definitely a good merge project, I would say, if you like Byleth, or if you just want a strong mage nuke. Basically, Diet Legendary Byleth, I want to say, in some ways better, because they're a lot more affordable to +10, and you've got the dodge. Honestly, yeah, I would say, like, compared to Legendary Byleths, both of them, like, this is just a straight up better investment. Of course, like, if you care about stuff like legendary scoring in arena, like, they're still the better investment. However, just as a unit, like, this is kind of nutty. Yeah, very good. Now let's see the duo, who I believe this is Florina. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I do think this is Florina's second backpack, because she was also the backpack for duo Lynn. Yeah, not the biggest fan of this art, to be honest. But again, like, I'm happy for, you know, fans of Lind, fans of Florina, but let's see what their weapon does. Celestial Globe. Slaying effect. At start of turn, if unit is within 2 spaces of an ally, grants... Okay, yeah, unit cannot be slowed by terrain, and no follow-up to unit and allies within 2 spaces of unit for 1 turn. It's not even, like, movement locked. Oh, I didn't see what movement type they were. Okay, Cav Red Tome. Okay. So, yeah, basically she just grants no follow-up to herself and any allies within 2 spaces, just for free, which is really good. If unit initiates combat or is within 2 spaces of an ally, grants Spectrum +5 to unit during combat, deals damage equals 20% of unit speed, including when dealing damage with an AoE, and reduces the percentage of foes' non-special damage reduction skills by 50%. So this is just like Duo Leaf. So really this is just a power creep Duo Leaf, because they are in the same category as Duo Leaf. But obviously, like, being fast, having modern BST, having null follow-up, these are all better things than Duo Leaf. So rip that, I guess. But again, they are harmonic, so they do not score well in arena unless you give them a dual skill. And they still would score worse than Leaf. But let's see what Remote Sparrow does. So, if unit initiates combat, grants attack speed +7 during combat, and reduces damage from foe's first attack during combat by 30%. Definitely strong. And the fact that ranged cavalry units can use this is really cool, because they obviously couldn't use Surge Sparrow. So this makes me wonder whether Remote Sparrow will be, like, a specifically ranged-only skill. In fact, I'm thinking it might be, just from the fact that this is called Remote Sparrow and the other one's called Surge Sparrow. And the effects just kind of lend themselves better to, like, melees get to heal, whereas ranged units get to have damage reduction. So I do think this might be ranged only, but I guess we'll see. But yeah, good skill. Also comes with Far Trace and Defense Res Smoke, which has got the Pathfinder in it. Pretty strong. Yeah, pretty strong unit. I don't think they're gonna be game breaking, which is nice, but I do think it's just like that null follow-up support that they give is so helpful. And let's see, their duo skill, I believe it had dodge. So yeah, their harmonized skill, Resonance Blades, dodge, and basically World Breaker. Yeah, very, very useful. But yeah, yet another seasonal banner where every single unit has a slaying effect in their weapon. Slaying, 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 slaying. Yeah, like, at this point, they either need to just, like, double down and never give another unit stat +3 in their weapon, or, like I said, give extra stats, maybe give 2 stats +3, or give +5 of the same stat. I don't know. Even that doesn't really even it out, but it might help a little bit with the, you know, the divide between those two. And then aside from that, we don't have art for Soren or anything yet, but we did see him on the maps, so Yeah, his CYL odds probably just went down significantly. Same with male Byleth, now that I think about it, because he was also a frontrunner for the males division. So, also, yeah, feel free to let me know who you're voting for CYL in the comments. I'm still not really decided. I tossed a vote to Reinhardt on the first day and then Soren on the second day. But I don't think I'll be throwing Soren any more votes just because I don't think he's gonna win CYL anymore at this point. So I could be swayed either way. So yeah, let me know in the comments who you're voting for. And yeah, let me know, if you're going to be pulling on this banner, if anything in particular interests you here in terms of fodder, or if you're going to be plus 10ing Byleth. I'm really curious because all of these units seem really strong, but for me, I don't think any of them are a must pull, aside from maybe Ursula, but I could just download the PNG. That's what I had to do with Harmonic Dorothea, or not Harmonic Dorothea, Winter Dorothea. I just could not afford to spark on that banner. In case you guys don't follow me over on Twitter, you totally should. But if you don't have Twitter, I have made another orb saving pact to start off the year. So it is my resolution this year to only spend orbs on alts of characters who I really, really love, who are like my top tier characters. People like Claude, Fafnir, Reinhardt, Plumeria, Aversa, Camilla, etc. And if there are any skills that any of them really, really need, I will, I'll still shell out the orbs for that. But aside from that, I can't be pulling for people like Ursula, who are like really pretty, but I don't even necessarily like her as a person. I could just download the PNG at that point. But yeah, so I'm not going to be pulling on this banner. I might have to summon out the greens in the first circle, we'll see, but aside from that, no more orbs. I'm holding myself accountable. But I do think this is a very, very strong banner if you want to go in. Especially the 4-star focus is like really, really stand out to me. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I know I haven't really been doing many videos at all lately. Like, life has been super hectic. But I'm glad to be back, hoping to put out some more content soon as well. Stay tuned for that top 5 units of 2022 that I will be putting out in the next few days. I was hoping to have it out earlier last week, but that did not happen, so my apologies. But yeah, thank you all for sticking around. Hope the new year's treating you well so far. And thank you, of course, so much to the Promenaders for your ongoing support. Super appreciate you guys. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Bye!